Hello and welcome to The Defender. This is Wardens of the Cross. The Christian family is an important factor in society, but for all this usually goes unrecognized due to the culture of today. The family is one of the most important things in life for several reasons, with the main one being that the family is the environment in which all future members will first interact with other humans, who all have different opinions and personality types from their own. Also, the first set of morals a person will follow is set in the family. Pope Leo XIII once called the family the cradle of society. This statement is true for many reasons, with the main one being this. A family is the most basic group unit in society. Families shape the future quite literally. The way the children are raised, what morals they are brought up with, and how they are taught have an enormous impact on what the future of our world will look like in 20 or so years. This gives enormous responsibility to the parents as they are in charge of so much of the future. For this, God instituted the Christian family, a marriage in which Christ himself plays a significant role. Christ, through the bond of marriage, works in both the husband and the wife, giving them supernatural graces and the ability to make difficult decisions with one another. A family where Christ is present also is much more peaceful and unified in their decisions. The children raised by a family where morals are strictly kept are also much more likely to have strong marriages themselves, and are much more polite and respectful, knowing how to stay in line better than others. The parents of every family have two separate roles. While both the man and the woman are equal, it is simply their roles in life which are different. The man was created to be a protector of the woman and the children, and is physically much stronger than she. Women's bodies were created to nurture and love their children and their husbands. While they are much weaker than men physically, emotionally they have the upper hand. While a woman can certainly be much more emotional than a man might be, she is also much better at handling her emotions than her male counterpart. She is also much more spiritual, which gives her the role in the home of being the heart and soul of the family. The most important job of parents is the raising of their children. It is one of the main goals of a marriage. This task is divided into three parts: spiritual, intellectual, and physical. The first, being spiritual, is to instruct the child in the faith and make certain that both parents give a good example. An example of this would not be becoming angry in front of the children at each other or other people without sufficient reason, instead being gentle and meek towards the aggressor. The second, intellectual, may be completed by making certain that the child's schooling is sufficient and that they are able to receive the best education according to their ability. Physical duties are to ensure that the child has enough food, drink, and exercise to ensure a healthy life, as well as both parents being there for him or her. However, even with these tasks, not only the parents have duties in the family. Children are instructed in the fourth commandment to honor thy father and mother. This is their duty in the home. Interestingly enough, there are several ways which this may be completed. The first is to care for the parents when they become old. The second and most important duty of children towards parents is obedience and respect. Children must always obey their parents when they are at home, and should try to keep contact after they move away. Every child owes respect to his or her parents just for bringing them into the world, but also because they cared for them for many years. One may fulfill this by speaking honorably of parents and being charitable towards their faults. Sins against the fourth commandment God gave to Moses have little variety. Sins of disobedience, disrespect, and temper tantrums are all main sins against the fourth commandment. Families are the most important and yet the most undervalued factor in society today. They shape the future when Christ is welcomed to prevail among them. Amazingly, families set the standards for the future, whether they be weak standards or strong standards. Strong morals and the following of Orthodox Catholic teaching in our families is the best way to create a better world and a better future.